to Bizchicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything that you need to take the hassle out of your hustle. Today is Tuesday. We always have the digital diva in the house on Tuesday. Terry Johnson online from New York City, right here, right now, with some insights, some details, some data, things that you need to build a profitable business. So sit back, relax, grab pen, paper, anything that you need to take some notes, and let's dive in with today's topic. TJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week of talking about marketing tips, strategy, tools, everything you need to grow your business online to help you, because everything is changing and we try to keep up on the trends. So last week, we talked about the We Are Social digital report for 2025. They do one every year, and it was global. And then I said it was like 600 some pages, because they break it out, and they also break it out by country. So we're going to look at the United States of America. So I've looked at those. Now that I'm going to put the link in, so you can look at them. There's no gatekeeping here. It's just I've pulled out a few because the United States report was 168 slides. And I'm sorry, we cannot do that. We cannot do all of those. I pulled out the most relevant ones. Some really interesting data, but let me give you a refresh on what this is. So it's digital 2025. It's all about deeper connections, smarter tech, and a major opportunity for us to be finally seen and grow online. So remember, they were talking about searching, shopping, streaming, researching, and then they were saying that storytelling and content, it's all about helping you make content that is going to build trust, storytelling, and content that connects with your audience. Okay, so that's what this looking at this information is all about. So we need help with that. We really do. So I don't know about you guys, but I do. So there was some. I'm just looking at my notes from last week because I wanted to talk about the company. I think it's a UK. Yeah, I don't have it in here, but it's a UK company. Let me put the link in. Let me put the link in real quick. Okay. It's not letting me again.
Okay, that would be in the chat.
Yeah, it says it has that message again.
Okay, put it in the private chat and let me see if I can upload it.
Okay. All right, private chat. Oh, I got to get used to the newness of the new house.
The furniture is still being
we still figuring out where the curtains going on, all that good stuff. All right, so I think Fran has it, and she's going to put it into the chat. If not, we'll put it in wherever the posts are. I can make a comment and put it in there, but it's
in there now.
Yeah, okay, good. So this is so what we're doing today is digital 2025 for the United States of America. So it is about data that they have looked at, data insights and trends that they've looked at, that they've asked people about digital devices, online platform, and connected services in 2025. There are also some slides in here about advertising, but I pulled out a few just to show you the audience, like the ages and the generations, because we talk about that a lot. So that link has all the information. So this is from datareportal.com. That's the link, but it is in collaboration with Meltwater and We Are Social. Okay, so
I'm a quick break. Nazim is joining us today, all the way from Italy. Hey, Nazim.
Hey, Nazim, how are you? How are you and your lovely wife? Tell her I said hi. Tell her we said hi. Okay, so I've got a bunch of things open and I'm clicking. Let me get back. Okay, so talking about this state of digital and this is the word they use, state of digital in the United States of America in 2025. So there is here's a couple of headlines from the report from the link that we shared. A total of 411 million cellular mobile connections was active in the United States of America in 2025, which is equal to 119% of the total population. How is that possible? It's because it's connections, it's not people. So we do know that there are 346 million people in the United States of America. That's everybody. That's not broken out by age. But if you break it out with adults, it's a different number. They're saying the data shows that USA's population increased by 1.9 million between early 2024 and the start of 2025. 83.6% of the USA population lived in urban areas, 16.4% in rural. That makes a lot of difference when you're talking about connectivity, internet connectivity, which is what we're going to start with. So the data is broken out by the two main genders. There are other genders, but they do male and female. There's some other things by age, and let's get into it. And let me see what this was. So they're saying the median age for 2025 was 38.5, with half of the United States of America's population above this age and the other half of the population below it. So 38.5. That's what they're giving as the median age for everybody in the United States. All right, let me get back to you guys and let's put the slides up. Let me move my, I gotta see the screen. Yep, it's there. Okay, good. All right. Oh, this time I can see it. Woo, woo, woo. Can we move that? Yes, thank you. So this is the United States of America overview of the adoption and use of connected devices and services. The total population as of February, and see the little green thing at the top says February 2025. This is the date that they cut it off. 346 million people, population in America, 411 cellular mobile connections, 322 million individuals using the internet. And you can see there's a percentage change under each one. Everything has gone up 0.5, 3.4, 0.5. Social media user identities. That means they have a username. 253 million out of the 346 million. Remember, some of these are children, so they do have social media personalities. I think the cutoff is 13. We talked about that a lot. That if you got a cousin or whatever, the 9-year-old can get on as the So there's not a way to determine that, but here we are. The year-over-year change, that means every year is increased or decreased. So it has increased 5.9%. It's gone up 14 million. Also below that, they show the total versus the population. So we could say out of the entire population of the United States, 93.1% are using the internet. The internet, not social media, not phones. All of that is broken out into this report, but unfortunately, we don't have that kind of time. But 93.1% are on the internet right now. Now, social media user identities, they have a username. They sign up for an account. 73% of the total population of the 346 million.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So, according to this, out of the 346 million people in the United States, 93% of them are online.
Yes. Yes, and then they were. I think I read somewhere they were breaking out urban versus rural. So there's a There's a breakout for that. But again, there's like almost 200 slides. So I only included okay, let's look at the overview, and then we're going to look at social media, most of all. Okay. Any more questions about that? I'm just pulling up something on mine.
Nazim says the median age in Italy is 65.
Ooh,
good.
Okay. And I think, if I'm not, correct me, Nazim, I know that Italy, their population skews older. Am I correct? Let me know. I think I read something about that. And I'm sorry, guys. I was just trying to
No,
pull
no
this up.
worries. I'm just looking at these numbers. Individuals using the internet out of 346 million, 322 million are on the internet.
Yes.
And the other number, the 253 million, they are on social media
Yes.
with an ID on social
Yes.
media,
What are you?
not like the little
And now,
face with
and
no.
remember, being on social media means they just have an account. They may not use it, but we
Right.
do break that out about usage, which that's what we're concerned about. We want to know about usage because it's all well and good to sign up, and then they don't come back.
Okay. And so, just as this thought that ran through my mind just now. So 93% of the total population is online. And I think it's because they have to be online with everything online.
Yes.
If you want to go to a doctor online, do your
Yes.
banking online, um, find out what's going on in your city online. Everything has moved online.
Right.
And if you're not online, you're probably not going to know what's happening in the world.
True. That's where we are. So that's a good summary. Thank you, Fran, of what this is about. And we could we what is it? We are social. Oh, it's in the
Hmm.
bottom. We are social. They've done this study every year. And I remember we've talked about it several times. So we could probably go back to whenever, say 10 years. Well, maybe not 10, maybe say 8 or whatever. Whenever the last time we did it, looked at the slide for that year and looked at it for 2025 and saw the difference. Whereas the growth of it.
Right. 2015, there was still a lot of people online.
Yes.
Because I know we were doing live streaming and people were
And it was
moving
early
and they're
days.
on social
Hmm.
media and
Hmm.
they were having friends and talking about cats and doing different things even back then. Now 10 years later, it's not so much cats and stuff like that, but people are literally online handling their day-to-day affairs.
Yes. Because a lot of, and if you look at a lot of things with your, say, federal government or local government, a lot of that is done online now. When it used to be you had to go into the whatever office and get a form or do this, a lot of that is online. DMV is online. Now, all of these things are online because it's about convenience and because this one shows cellular mobile connections, but I think I have another slide about smartphones, like the number of smartphones that everybody, not an iPhone, smartphone, and then it
Mhm.
breaks it out by mobile phone, which that's the clam, the one without the screen, the clamshell, or the what they call
Yeah.
them today, dummy phones.
Yeah, the dumb phones. Okay, but still, that's over 100% of the people are on a phone.
Right,
Total versus the population.
right,
Okay, it said 411 million. There's only 326 million people, or 46, whatever that last slide was, that were on
right,
346 million, but 411 million of those people are on a cell phone.
right. With a connection. I mean, that could be a connection. That's not people. Because you
Right,
could
but
have
that's
more than one phone. You could have a phone. You could have a smartwatch. You could have another device. You
well,
could
this
have
is
the
yeah. So cellular mobile connections. What I'm getting at is most people don't have a landline,
right. I
and
don't.
no, I don't either. So we have the population, but more than 100% of the population is somebody's on a
Connected.
cellular.
Yes. This is saying that it's saturated as far as 100%, even over that, because the mobile connection can be more than one device. It could be it could be any of those things where you're using a device that uses
I,
cellular connection.
I'm and I'm just saying from the whoever the Gen Alphas all the way to the what are they called, after the boomers,
boomers,
the silent generation,
yeah,
they
it
all
was
have
too loud.
phones. They may not be using their phone, it might be in a drawer somewhere, but they got a
They
phone.
have it. They have it because they have to talk to the younger people in their family, and that's how they That's how they communicate. Gen
Right.
Alpha. That's all they don't. They're not, like Fran said about a landline. We're not doing landlines. These kids are not doing text messages. They're doing voice note. They love to leave voice notes in the app.
Which is circling back to a voicemail.
Yes,
Seriously.
but they don't. But they're not going to use the voicemail. They're going to go, okay, we're going to use Snapchat or
A
what
voice
is it
memo.
I think Instagram. There's a couple other places where you can record a note and just post it where. But see, that's the way they communicate. So this is really about communication.
Okay, this is really interesting because I'm gonna try to start playing with my voice notes and see how that works.
Okay, so the next slide. This is media use. The percentage of internet users age 16 plus who consume each media type. And as you can see at the top, it says internet mobile phone.
95%.
95% saturation. Internet, laptop, desktop, tablet. 92%, 92.5. Yeah. And then TV at 92.3.
So
social media.
89%.
Look at that. Isn't that something? Social media. Hard on the heels of TV. Hard on the heels. And remember, I always like to talk about YouTube because we've said several times why I think YouTube is going to overtake Netflix and other things. YouTube. And the numbers are showing that. So then we have radio broadcast that that's not because they break it out over the air versus what is it, terrestrial versus the Sirius XM and all of those. So that's broken out. Radio's still there. So TV, streaming or online, 73%. Music streaming, 66.8. Podcast, 62.9. Press is news online. Games, consoles, and press. Physical print like newspaper or magazine.
Because those are media.
Yeah.
And because when people think media, they think electronic first, but it's not. Media was newspaper.
We've always had media. We had the radio, we had TV, we had newspapers, we had magazines. That's all media. That's all media. So
so print is 58%.
Where?
58.
Oh, print. Yes, 58%. So newspapers are still being printed. Magazines are still being printed.
Yeah.
Not as much, but.
And there are some people who like to thumb through a magazine, but it is nice not to have the people knocking at your door trying to sell you some magazines.
All right, let's move on to the next one. So, overview of internet use. We're still on internet. Overview of internet use, essential indicators of internet adoption and use. So, individuals using the internet, here we are, 322 million. Individuals using the internet versus the population, so 93% are on the internet. Then you have a year-over-year change of 0.5% or 1.8 million. So the change in internet users versus population has unchanged. And let's see, there's a couple other things on here. Percentage of internet users accessing via mobile phones, 93.9%. Average daily time spent using the internet, 6 hours and 40 minutes. Average.
Where are people? Are they going to work? Well, I guess there's 24 hours. So
this is the internet. So
right. So is that like a third? 24 divided by 3 is 8. That's a lot of time on the internet.
This could be at work. I don't know if they broke it out via work.
Yeah, it's not a judgment. It's just like that's a lot of time because that's where you're consuming the medium that we just talked about.
Right. And I don't even think this is work related. I think this is just personal use, really. Just my personal opinion. I would have to deep dive into how they got the numbers because it's there, but I was like, okay, we don't have time for all of that. Let's just look at so 6 hours, because there you got to sleep 8 hours, I hope. You got to work 8 hours. What does that leave?
Okay, because there's work 8, sleep 8, then the rest of the 8 you're supposed to be working, work, sleep, living.
Sleep, work, live. There you go. So 6 hours of the 8 hours that you're living is on the internet.
That's interesting. When, before our parents used to tell us, go outside and play.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So the last one here is year-on-year change in daily time spent using the internet, 5.5% gone down. Going down using the internet. Now, this is not social media. They're just saying on the internet.
Well, so they went down by 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Because before it, okay. So they're maybe taking some more time for themselves.
A bunch of reasons. A lot of things. All right. So main reasons for using the internet. Primary reasons why the internet users age 16 plus use the internet. Top of the list, finding information. Now, I don't remember what the global one was, but I think it was either finding information. I think it was finding information. I have to check the other.
I believe they both were.
Yeah. It feels familiar. Like I'm like, this is the top thing on there. Next is researching how to do things. The top one was 75% of the time. Why? The reasons why, not time, but the reasons why. 75% of asking everybody that they surveyed, because they did not ask all 22 million people. They do a sample survey. Researching how to do things, 66.9%. Researching how to do things.
How to hammer the nail in the wall.
Where does that happen? It happens Google, and most of the time YouTube. How to?
This is not going to be that way, because more and more I'm picking up Charles or Chat GPT to answer stuff. I'm serious. I was like,
yeah, no, you're right.
I don't even, now I know it's embedded in my phone, but I don't go to my phone first and then go to Charles. I just tap the, thank you for teaching us how to put it on the front of the thing. Yeah. I just tap the thing and start talking to Charles. And I was like, okay, this is a whole lot better than going to Google for me. Just saying. Yeah. AI is working for me.
All right, so number 3, staying in touch with friends and family, keeping up to date with news and events, researching products and brands, watching videos, TV shows, or movie, accessing and listening to music, finding new ideas or inspiration, filling up spare time and general browsing, researching places, vacation, and travel, managing finances and saving, researching health issues and healthcare products, education and study related purposes, gaming, and then organizing day-to-day life at the bottom at 28%. That is a big list.
That is a very big list. And on YouTube and the how-to with the organizing day-to-day life, productivity is like major on YouTube, and where they were teaching you how to unclutter your life or unclutter all of that stuff.
Yeah,
that's major.
So a lot of this is happening. This is internet. It's not saying social media, but a lot of this is happening on the place where you go to search, usually Google. A lot of other things are happening. AI is coming up, but you want to look at this slide because why are they online? Why are they online?
And this is genius right here. And if you're not one of these top, however, reasons that they are online,
or you have to, your business, figure out the core of your business. Does it fit into any of these things and these categories, and figure out how to make it fit? Because this is what they're on for.
Dr. Tachi and Mark are here. I got a
Hey,
comment from Mark. Mark says they forgot finding out if estranged family members are still with us or in prison. Okay. And
oops. Oh, my thing is going forward here. Oops, let me go back. It jumped ahead. There we go. All right. This is the next slide. All right, we got all the comments. Thanks, you guys. Thanks everybody for the comments. All right, so app ranking, monthly active users, mobile apps and games ranked by average monthly active users between, and this was between September 1st, 2024 and 30th of November 2024. So the end of last year. This would of course be different now because we're in 2025. We're 7 months into 2025. But looking at a snapshot from, and I would consider this Q4, Q4 a little bit. So the top one, monthly active users, YouTube. That's why I wanted to show you this.
Number one.
Number two is Facebook. Number three is Google. Google, the G. Like I said, I used it. I go my phone before I did chat. I went to G. G gave me everything. People still doing it. Next, number four, Gmail. Number five, Chrome browser, Maps, Facebook Messenger. Look, TikTok is on there. Instagram, Amazon, and the rest of the list. But I wanted to show you this because of YouTube. That's why. And then Facebook. That's why. Because I always say you don't gotta like it, but you gotta be there.
You don't like it, but you got to use it. Anywho, this is telling. I don't want to be on that Facebook. Well, you don't want no business.
I'm not a fan of Facebook, and a lot of people aren't. But if you're a business owner, that's where people are. You need to have a presence there. It needs to be active as far as, you know, posting some things. You determine, and we talked about this, you determine how much you want to post and how you do it. But of course, a lot of things we talked about before is, you know, is video. So reels, shorts, all of that is the up and coming, getting the, you know, attention of what kind of content to make. Here you go. TikTok is number 8. That's all video.
Yep.
Instagram is number 9. That's reels. So there you go. All right, let's go on. Got some more. So here, this one is app ranking consumer spend. Now this one, I was like, ooh, okay. This is, they're on it, but they're spending, which is what we want. Number 1 app for that, TikTok. It's a TikTok. We had lots of discussions about TikTok in the last 3-4 years, and we're in a spot now where it is like, okay, TikTok has got your data, but everybody else has your data. We had a data breach that was old. It was in the news a few weeks ago. It was an old breach, but people were acting like it was new. I was like, no, they've already had your stuff. The government has our stuff. Everybody has our stuff. So here we are. But
right. Got a couple of comments here.
Yeah, okay.
And then, because this was regarding to the Facebook, Mark says, I don't want to talk about Facebook. Triggered. And Dr. Tati said, wow. And then Mark says, my business page is still there, alive and well, but he can't access it.
Yeah, that I've heard that a lot too with Facebook. Is like, if something happens and you can't get in, you know, who do you talk to? We talked about,
unless you have a blue badge, you are not talking to.
Not even then. That's, you know,
and that's not good. That's not good customer service. And if you're an advertiser, I don't know, can the advertisers talk to
you? Talk to some, yes, you get to
have an ad account.
Right.
Okay. When you spending money, you can get it. You can talk to.
But if you, I saw a post from someone when this thing was going on with the Facebook group and everybody got shut out, and they said they tried to talk to the ad person about it, and it was like that's not their thing. We could talk about ads. We can't talk about why your Facebook group, why you can't get in your Facebook group. We don't do that.
Well, see, now I can't serve ads to my Facebook group if I
That's
can't talk
true.
to them.
But you can talk
So
about how to set up the ad, why the ad isn't working, but not you
you
don't
can't
have
talk
access
about
to your
why
group.
you can't have access to your
It's
group.
not tech support.
Mm.
It's not tech
That's
support.
the problem.
So a lot of people are a little upset over that. All right, so the next one, e-commerce consumer goods categories, estimated annual spend in each consumer goods e-commerce category. This is B2C only in US dollars. So B2C is business to consumer, not business to business. So the first consumer goods category that's on here, and it's $253 billion, is DIY and hardware.
Oh, so
Next,
that's like Lowe's and Home
well, this
Depot.
is e-commerce, so is
But I mean, these people are buying stuff from DIY and hardware. They're going
right.
on and watching Johanna, what's her name? Um,
I don't know anything
the guy,
about
the
the
ladies
hardware.
that fix up houses, her and
The,
her husband,
yeah,
Chip
I
and
think
Joanna.
there's a bunch of people that do it, but I'm not
Yeah,
familiar
Chip
with
and
them.
Joanna, I think is what their names are. But that's a $253 billion industry.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing that up, because see, somebody who does content like that, they usually have affiliate or brand deals with Lowe's, with Home Depot, with whoever, and that drives their online content will drive to that business. So I just thought this was interesting. I was like, the top is not fashion. Fashion is next, is 197 billion.
And that's where everybody's shopping. Amazon, is it Sheen? How do you pronounce it? Shine or Sheen?
Sheen? I'm not sure.
SHEIN.
I always forget how to do it.
Yeah, yeah. But they're fashion people buying clothes. Just
Yes, and you got to remember that this is not just the store. It could be the influencer driving. It's the sale. It's the annual. Okay, this is the annual spend. It could come from the brand itself, Lowe's being online, or Home Depot being online with an online store, or they could have an influencer, or they could have word of mouth. However, they got the content flowing online. If it drives the sale, That's counting here. So DIY and hardware is number one. Fashion is number two. Food is number three, 195 billion. Furniture at 125 billion. Beverages, 113 billion. Electronics, beauty and personal care, physical media, toys and hobby, tobacco, household essentials, over-the-counter pharmaceuticals, and eyewear is last at the bottom.
interesting that tobacco is
Yeah,
e-commerce.
I thought about that. Like,
I don't know. I'm thinking that it's probably like tobacco you put in a pipe.
well, no, it's just tobacco products.
Well, you know what I mean? Pipes and
Yeah, no, I don't know what they're
cigars,
buying.
cigars.
I don't think you could buy cigarettes online. I
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I would love to have a definition for that. But tobacco products, whatever. What I'm thinking cigarettes, but who's buying cigarettes online? I don't know. So any smokers out there, let me know. I'm like, okay.
Well, we have the ATF, right? Isn't that something? Firearms,
Alcohol, tobacco, and
firearms.
I'm not sure of the legal rules, because I know there's something with alcohol that certain states you cannot ship to, and there's all these rules, states, state interstates, and all this government, and I don't know the rules, but tobacco is here. It was just
very interesting.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
alcohol is beverages is on there. They didn't say whether they were alcohol or not.
See, they didn't say if it was broken out or not. So I don't know. There's no detail on this. All right, so online purchase drivers. Let's look at that. Percentage of internet users age 16 plus who say each factor would encourage them to complete an online purchase. These are the things that gets them to click the button in the cart that says buy, not put it in the cart. They buy. Free
Right.
delivery at the top, 64.7%.
Yep.
Not a shocker.
I do it because I ain't got to go get it.
All the time. I just bought something the other day online and the shipping was $12. I was like, wait.
And then
What?
I do that too. I'm like, oh, is there a free one? There's there one of these? They got free shipping. I'm not paying.
But
I don't want
that's
to
a
pay
lot
$12.
of that's how a lot of consumers are online. They look for the free shipping right away.
And if
Because
we are smart business owners, we rotate that shipping into the price of the product.
yeah, so but you want to offer it because people are looking for that. And like
Mhm.
Fran says, you can put the cost into the price of the item,
And
and
just give
but
them
not
free.
right, but you're not calling it shipping inside of the item. You're just increasing the price of the item. See? Because you can't say free delivery and then say, oh, the shipping charge goes in. You just increase the price of the item without
And it
saying what.
and it's free shipping.
Yeah. But
I, I,
your cost is still coming out of the item when they buy
mhm.
it. So,
Dr. Tachi
um,
says it's interesting.
oh, okay, good, good, good. All right, so free delivery, 64.7%. Coupons and discounts, 50%, 50.5%. Who doesn't want to, free? You sign up for my email list, you get a 5% discount. Who hasn't seen that when you go online and it pops up, or social media, and they're trying to drive a purchase? Okay. Number
Mhm.
3, easy returns policy. Again, these are things that consumers like. Is it if I don't like, because I'm buying it online, and if it's not connected to something in the store where I'm trying it on or whatever, and it's just online, I don't know if it's going to fit. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know whatever. Easy return. No questions asked. I'm buying. Next is customer reviews at 38.9%. That's the word of mouth. People looking for that.
That's when you go in, and if you're on Amazon, Rufus will tell you how many people um, thumbed this up, or they didn't like it, or the
Yes.
reviews were
Yes.
mixed.
Yes. And then when you look at it, I always look at the reviews. There's a little section at the top. I know Rufus does it, but it has little check marks as to like the positives.
Right.
And I look
Yeah.
for that.
Right. And I'm asking this question. Does
Yeah.
anybody still use Yelp or anything? Or just, I know it's still there, but
Well, I've seen Yelp when I've done an online search for a restaurant, or just a search. I don't go to Yelp. I just do a search, and then, it's either Google reviews for the place or Yelp pops up or whatever. But
okay. So we don't necessarily go to the app itself to do
well, unless, it's some people that eat out all the time, but most of the time if you're doing takeout, you use one of the apps. Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever, and the reviews are in there.
right.
So
The,
that's
the,
a
the
good question.
reason the reason being is because Yelp does business reviews too, not
Okay.
just food. And but I don't normally see those reviews. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, see, this is the thing. It depends on where your intent to buy. Where
Right.
does it begin? Does it start with Google? Does it go with your device? Does it go with Siri? Does it go with your Instagram? Does it go with, and here's the age breakout, because where people are, that's where they're going to do the search. Most of
Right.
the younger generation is in TikTok. They're going to search in TikTok. They're not going to get out of it and go to Google. Whereas a certain age group will be already, my first instinct is to go to Google because I use it. But
Okay.
it depends on where you are. And I don't know if they've done a study on that. That would be a good thing to do, but that's a lot of data. All right, so customer reviews, then simple online checkout, loyalty points, next day delivery, guest checkout, social likes and comments, interest-free payments, eco-friendly credentials, exclusive content or services, click and collect, social buy buttons. So these are all
The reasons. Yeah, then the loyalty points is okay, but the simple online checkout is important.
Yes. Don't
I,
make it difficult.
oh my God, it's just
Make it click, click, click. And there's a lot of things that I've seen to buy on. I've looked at to buy online, and they're connected to shop. I like that because if I've shopped at one business online that has shop, I use the shop app. So when I go into it, it just logs me in the shop, and all my stuff is in there. Like, so I don't have
right.
to put the address. I don't have to put all that information.
I think they need to better explain that when
Hmm.
they do, because there's link and shop, right?
Right.
And they said, "Do you want to keep this signed in with link? What is link? I don't know what that is. Why would I want to keep this?" And shop,
Here, real quick, here's the difference. Link is just, it's going to have your credit card information, so you don't have to keep putting it in. The shop is much more of a shopping mall kind of experience where there's different shops connected, and shop, the app, holds your information. So if I go to this store or that store or this store or that store, it says, "Oh, you have shop. Click here," and it's a click, and I don't
right?
have
And
to do
then so
anything.
now I don't have to enter my card, my address, and
Right.
all
I
of
don't,
that stuff
or
on there.
whatever the questions are about me and me getting my item.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it's in shop.
Okay, now
So
see, the reason why you come to Bizchicks and hear Tara, TJ, for just that reason. I did not understand shop, and I'm like, I'm not giving another person my stuff, but you just explained to me
yes,
why
think of
it
it as
is a
it's a
benefit.
mall. Think of it as an online mall of stores that you want to shop at. And this is a good thing. I haven't looked at the things of, setting your business up with shop, but I think I did see somebody that did like a digital product and they used shop. I
Okay,
don't know how they did it. I have to look at it, but when I went to get it, it was like shop because it was, I did it online and it said, "Oh, you can use shop." And I'm like, "Okay, one click. I don't have to fill out all of the stuff.
that's good.
I don't
That's
have to
good to
fill
know.
out the NAP. What would they call it? NAP, name, address, phone number, all of that
Yeah,
stuff."
I
So,
thank you.
so
I feel better now. I
yeah,
will,
no, they have an app. I've been on it for a while. Let me see.
because the place where I get my herbal coffee offers shop,
You should use it.
and and in some other places I've seen it. I just like, do you want to use shop? I'm like, no.
Yeah, because it's got all your stuff. It's all your stuff is in there. I've had it for a while. I just never paid attention to it. I just never thought about it. But
That's
I've
good.
seen it different places. I bought something this week, and it said, "Oh, instead of me putting my name, my address, my credit card, it was like shop." So I tapped it, and it said, "You're good." And
Okay,
here's the
I like
cool
that.
thing. Here's the cool thing about the app on the phone. When they notify you of the delivery process, when it's being shipped, when it's on the way, where it is, it's going to be here tomorrow. I get all of those pop-ups in shop. I don't know why we haven't discussed that before.
Well, because it came up today, and
Right.
now I'm free. I can use shop now because I was like, I don't know you people.
Now I've used it before, and I think what happens is when you see it, it depends on the business that's connected to it. When you go to buy something, and a matter of fact, I'm just gonna real quick while we're talking and see, because when I went to, it says add to cart. Oh shoot, hold on, guys. Hold on, I'm just gonna do it real quick. So when I go to add to cart, there was something there that said checkout, and it went to shop. And it was like all I had to do was click on shop because shop has all my stuff. It knows my
Right.
address. It knows my phone number. It had all the information in there. And but I don't do a lot of shopping outside of Amazon because I'm not trying to buy anything. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, I'm like, okay, I'm not buying anything. But if I was shopping, I would go to
Boom.
shop on the phone. As a matter of fact, let me bring it up. And it shows you like what you've ordered, So I've ordered something July 13th, and it shows me the receipt. I can contact the business. I can go to the store. It shows me the popular items. It shows me other things from other shops that are connected that I might want. It's a lot of beauty and hair products in here also, but other businesses. So and
I
then
like
see,
I like
right.
that you called it a online mall.
That's what it is. That's really what it is. So I have and it shows me everything that I have ordered way back. What year is this? This was UPS. It has tracking. It says June 15th. I don't know what year this is. Let me see if I can get in there real quick. It doesn't show me the year, but I all my things that I've bought.
Okay.
I even had something refunded is here. It shows me the refund.
Okay. Thank you for that. My apologies for taking you off track,
No,
but
it's okay. It's okay. Oh, just real quick, I ordered Tracy Ellis Ross has a hair care line, and I ordered some stuff from her on her website, but it was through shop. So it's here. It shows me. I bought two things. It was June 6th. I don't know the year. I don't know what year it is because it won't show me that. But it's here. It shows me everything that I bought. It's even trying to get me to buy more stuff from her. So it's like an online mall.
Okay.
Whereas Link is just it saves your credit card number. That's it. It doesn't do any more.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So check out Shop, everybody. If you see, and if you're a business owner, look at it and see if it's something you want to add to your merchant list of how you get people to pay for things. It might be a good way to pull people back in. All right, so let's get back to this. We talked about this. All right, so let's move on. Now we're into the social media part of this. Again, this report has so much more. It's broken out by Facebook, Instagram, X, Pinterest. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but we're just gonna get to the overview of everything. So, overview of social media use. Headlines for social media adoption and use. Note, user identities may not represent unique individuals. Okay, so they're saying user identities, which is the username.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so number of social media user identities 253 million. Let's see what else is here. Average daily time spent using social media 2 hours and 9 minutes. Year over year is down. It's down 9 minutes. Wow. Okay. Average number of social platforms used each month. We looked at this with the global, and I said that this showed I think the number was like 6 or 7. It shows that people aren't going to use a lot of apps. They're not going to install a lot of apps because app fatigue. So here we have 6.5 average number of social platforms used each month. 6.5 year over year down 3%, -3%. Because people are creatures of habit. They have Facebook, they go to Facebook. Or if they like Instagram, they go to Instagram. They go to TikTok. They're not going to go, oh, let me download that Be Social or whatever one of these.
Be live,
Be live. That was it. Be live or Be Social, be something. And remember when TikTok, they were talking about taking TikTok down. There was another one that came up, Clapper. Or I forgot the name.
They got a lot of stuff that are trying to make it, and yeah.
So what else is good on here is the female social media user and the male social media user breakout versus the total. So you can see female is 50.2%, male is 49.8%.
Now that's interesting because I remember in the global report, the males were more.
Yes. And
But
then
in the US,
unfortunately, when we're talking about global, there are some countries where women aren't allowed to do things. So that could explain. There are a lot of countries where it's just male oriented and male gets to do things.
Okay.
And they dissuade or they block the females from. So all right, I thought it was good. Okay, so this is getting into demographic profile, Meta's adult audience, and I wanted to show you this because age breakout and female male. So this is share combined the duplicated average, but this is average, but it goes into usage as far as breakout. So remember, this is Meta adult, 18 and up. What's the biggest group here? 25 to 34. This is Meta, not just Facebook. This is Meta. Okay.
Mm.
So that's the biggest group, 25 to 34, equal at 12.2%. Now, the next one would be, depending on what you're looking at, male or female, would be the 35, 44-year-old group or the 18 to 24-year-old group. Okay. Then it goes to 45, 54, then 55, 64. But look at the 65 plus, the 65 and up. Female 77.7%, male 5.0%. What, and a lot that explains that is, of course, females live longer than males in that age group.
Mm.
And also the males in that group, they might not want to be on Meta. They're out golfing or doing, they're doing other things because this
You
is
don't
65 up.
right. You don't tend to see you see a lot of what are they bot
Retirees.
profiles? Yeah, no, but you see a lot of bot profiles,
Oh
BOT
yes. Mm-hmm.
profiles there. You don't see legitimate
Right.
male.
I wish they would have broke. There might be a point where these data studies are broken out that way because we'll be able to tell. But I just thought this was interesting because there's a lot of factors as to why the female number is higher than the male. There's several things that go into play. Several things. Because the males that age aren't going to be on social media as much because they're doing other things. This is a retiree group. So when they retire, the males are golfing or pickleball or throwing whatever your thing is. They're doing that. 65 and up is the in real life group. 18 to 24 is the online group. We do everything on the app.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's move on. So main reasons for using social media, excuse me, primary reasons why social media users age 16 plus use social media platforms. Number one is keeping in touch with friends and family at 58.8%. I think this is the same as the global one. It was not the number, but the reason. Keeping in touch with friends and family. The next one is killing spare time. I'm bored. I don't have anything to do. The next one, finding content, e.g. articles, video. Again, I'm bored. I'm looking for content. Reading news stories, 27.4%. Seeing what's being talked about, trends. That's trends. I'm interested in the trends. So that's why I'm there. Finding inspiration for things to do and buy. Ooh, we like that because those are people with money and they're bored and they're not shopping in the real time in a store. They're online. Let me see what I can buy. Ooh, if they go to shop, they're buying because I just tapped and I got my thing and I'm good. Posting about your life, 22%. Finding like-minded communities and interest groups. Watching live streams. Sharing and discussing opinions with others, 18.9%. Watching or following sports. That is a lot of reasons why the males are on, especially. Not that females don't watch sports. It's just that that's mostly a male-oriented activity. Finding products to purchase. Seeing content from your favorite brands. Avoiding missing out on things, FOMO. Lastly, following celebrities or influencers. Now I'm gonna go
Wow.
back up to the seeing content from your favorite brands because we talked about that last week. About I was saying get used to the fact that people aren't online to find your brand or to they will find see your content because of course your content is there as a business or brand, but that's not where they're going. They're going to keep in touch with friends and family. They're bored. They want to be entertained. They want to read news. Don't want to be left out of the trends, the FOMO, and they want to talk about themselves. That's why people are online. As a business, you got to settle with the fact that, hey, I want to be online because I need new customers, but your customers are not online because they want to find your business. That's really what it means.
So you got to make friends
Yes.
with these customers and give them a reason to click into your stuff, like um, uh, the little telling them, talking about things that would be interesting to your clients
Yes.
so that they are interested in you.
So how can you use this chart? This chart is good for, I need to know the starting point for making content. Well, if my business is sports oriented or adjacent, watching and following sports, 18%. I need to find out where those people are because they're watching sports, sharing a discussion with others, watching live streams, finding like-minded communities. They're all trying to get together and talk about the one thing that they like, whether it's sports, whether it's cooking, whether it's fashion, DIY, all of the things that we shown last week and this week. You got to know why they're there. They're not there to, oh, well, let me go see what X, Y, and Z business is doing. That's not in their mind. Unless they're in the mind to buy. They have, I'm in the mind. I want to buy. So that's why I'm going. So you got to know why are they going to social media? Why are they going online? And a lot of business owners will go away. Everybody's online. I'm just gonna get in front of them, and if they see it, they're gonna come. That's not why they're there. Edu infotainment.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't mean being the dance among. I always say it doesn't mean that. It means making your content entertaining enough to where it fits one of the reasons why people are online. And here's another key. You don't even have to get in front of your target audience. You can get target adjacent, like a friend or a fan. Because see, here they are, keeping in touch with friends and family. I go on Facebook all the time and I see all kind of stuff because my friends and family are sharing things from other people. See? That's how it works. Excuse me. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on. We got a few more. Yeah, we got a few more. Most used social media platform. Percentage of internet users age 16 plus, 16 and up, who use each platform each month. They're saying YouTube is not offered as an answered opinion for this question in the survey, so it won't appear. So YouTube is not on here for that reason.
But YouTube is not necessarily considered social media anyway.
It's really starting to become that, but this survey in particular decided not to offer that as an option. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, because YouTube hasn't crossed over there where you think of talking to your friends on YouTube.
Right. They're trying to get there, but it's not really there yet. So who's on top? Facebook at 74.4%.
Okay, you know that joke with the Three Stooges, who's on first? That's what I heard when you said who's on top. Oh,
there's a lot of things to say about Meta. There's a lot of things to say about all of that, as far as, the things that are happening. But we are about where people are. Okay? Mm-hmm. Where are they?
They're on, look, Facebook, Messenger, Instagram. That's Meta.
That's Meta. I don't know it doesn't make me happy, but this is where they are. As a business owner, I want to be in front of people. Mark had some comments. I just saw.
Mark had said this a while back. He said average daily time crying over rescue dogs in need of a forever home. He's joking, but
But see, okay, now what I like about that, Mark, and Mark, you always bring the interesting comments that make us think that yes, there is a bit, we're on for business purposes, but people are on for, and that's why I showed that other slide. People are on for different reasons. And that kind of issue where you're caring for a rescue dog, because remember that I think yesterday, New Jersey had some flooding. A few weeks ago, Texas had some. Unfortunately, Mexico. I saw some efforts about finding animals and trying to put them back with their owners.
Right.
So see, that's that humanitarian part of this, of social media, that works really well. And I'm not saying that you're selling them, but if you're in the charity part of doing things, your charity, your nonprofit, you really going to connect with people.
And even if you aren't,
Right.
if you just say, hey,
You could
and don't make
donate.
it yes, and don't make it a spectacle, right?
No.
Just help. Go in there,
Mention.
help.
Say, hey, I want to put the word out about this organization that's trying to put the pets back with the owners because of the so-and-so flood. I donated, and I just wanted to shout out this organization. And you don't have to tell them they have to donate. You're just saying, look, I just want to put a spotlight on this organization that's doing a good thing. And it could be pets. It could be anything.
And they're going to look at you like, oh, they didn't try and sell something. They're telling me about another organization.
You cannot sell on that kind of post.
No.
You cannot brag on that kind of post. It is I want to spotlight. I want to make sure you know about this organization, not the fact that, hey, I gave them money. That's not the approach.
Mm-mm.
See, you can I donated to it because this is the part about being authentic and genuine. You explain why you did it. I saw the news story on CBS News about the dog that was looking for their owner, and it reached me. See, those are the kind of things you talk about when you're talking about making content. Because everybody goes, I don't know how to make content as a business. Because you're trying to sell.
Right.
That's okay. That's what a business is about. But there's several ways to come around and reverse engineer it to where you talk about this thing or that thing and you put the spotlight on something else.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. I got a couple more before we end. Favorite social media platform, percentage of active social media users age 16 plus who say that each option is their favorite. People are saying that this is their favorite. Oh, look, who's at the top again? Even though I'm going to delete my Facebook, I hate Meta, I did this, I did that. Facebook is still at the top.
At the top.
Still at the top. Wide margin, Facebook, Instagram, Meta. TikTok is next. iMessage, that is Apple. Yes, that's Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Messenger, Meta. X is here. Pinterest, WhatsApp, Reddit, Snapchat, Discord, LinkedIn, Telegram, Nextdoor, and Tumblr. Look, Nextdoor is on there. Why? Community.
Because some people, I'm telling you, the neighbors, that's where you find Gladys Kravitz.
The neighbors are selling things. They're talking about what happened. This person, this, that, this lost that. That's what's going on there.
That is where you find them.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. And I could just show you these numbers. That's all I'm doing. All right. Social media app, average time per user, average time per month that active users spend using each platform. This was Android app. TikTok. 43 hours and 53 minutes. This better be month. Yes, this is month. Because it's only 24 hours in a day. This is month. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to tell you what all this has in common. They didn't put is video. Because what is TikTok? TikTok is not text.
TikTok is video. TikTok is not text.
You can do text. You can do a static image, but that's not what's happening. short form video, YouTube, short form video, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, Snapchat Spotlight. See that? Now, Reddit, WhatsApp, and all the rest, X just has video. Reddit just has video, but that's not why people are going to those apps. Is more of a conversation kind of thing of trends and what's happening and FOMO and all the things. So they have X, Messenger, Line, Telegram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. Pull up LinkedIn. Sorry.
But that's why we don't go to LinkedIn for social stuff. We go there.
Yes, but you know, LinkedIn has a place, and it's B2B business owner. If you want to, it's more industry, and like Fran said, it's not like social media hanging out, info edutainment, like TikTok and YouTube. So, you know, if your purpose is B2B or building up business networking, you want to be on LinkedIn. So that's why I said, you know, I say poor LinkedIn at the bottom, but I'm really not, you know, it's very niche. It's niche, and there is a lot of growth to be there, a lot of fertile ground. All right, so social media account types followed, percentage of social media users age 16 plus who follow each type of account on social media. Again, what's number one?
Friends, family, and other people you know.
That's why they're there. They're not for your business or your brand. They're not there. Even though they can see your business on your brand, that's not why they're coming. So friends, family, or other people you'll follow, 58.2%. Then what's next? TV shows.
TV shows or channels.
Entertainment. Actors, comedian. Entertainment. Entertainment means parody. Entertainment. Bands, singers. Entertainment. Restaurants. You got to eat.
It's still entertainment because I'm going to go out and get something
still
to eat.
Entertainment. Sports teams, still entertainment. Look at this. Companies and brands you purchase from. Well, I purchased from them. So.
Well, see, like I follow Meta Ray-Ban.
Yes.
For a reason, because if they got a new something come up or I want to know how to use the product, right? I will. That's the reason why I follow Apple to get the new, what is it? Their Apple support will teach you how to use all the stuff that you just bought.
Yes.
So that I can see why I would go to a company and brands that I purchased from. Because I need to know how to use the stuff I just bought.
Exactly. So you bought the thing, they're going to have videos to show you how to use it or the best practices or FAQ or whatever it is. You're following them because you bought from them. Next is influencers or other experts. Then companies and brands you're considering purchasing from. That means you're in the funnel of buying. You're in the mindset of buying. Events you're attending, entertainment. Gaming experts, entertainment. Fitness experts, health. Wildlife organizations, again, we're back to the nonprofit, humanitarian part of it. And then beauty experts at the bottom, 14%. All right, next is the web traffic referrals on social media. We saw this in the global report, and I wanted to bring this up to you because it shows, hey, web traffic from social media, that means clicking a link. Where does it happen?
On Facebook.
On the Facebook. Is Pinterest, is Instagram next? No, because Instagram doesn't have direct clicking.
Nope.
But Pinterest does. Ooh. X does. Then Reddit, then YouTube, LinkedIn, and others. And YouTube is on the bottom. Why? Because it's not considered social media. But there is some linking, you know, you can put your links in when you're in your description to go to your website or different things. It is there. But the main web traffic referrals means I saw your content, I clicked your link, I went to your website, Facebook, 53.45%. Followed by Pinterest, which that's what Pinterest is. I see something I like, I click.
Yep.
So Facebook got them beat. All right, so Facebook engagement rates. If you want to take a look at this, why did I include this? Oh, I see why. The first item, Facebook post engagement versus post reach, Reels post. Remember, I talked about a slide before about what was going on with Facebook Reels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this talks about the engagement for each type of post. And again, go to the link and look at that. I'm going to skip these. I did Instagram. This one I want to show you, TikTok advertising audience was the profile of the age groups. So you can look at this as who's on TikTok, 25 to 34. And also, I want you to look at the last group, 55 up. Why is it so high? You would think it would be low, right? We have said for years, talking about TikTok, it was going to get older.
Yep.
Here you go. Here you go. I say it, but I got to show you the number. So take that as you will. TikTok. Snapchat. Here's another one. This one, I want you to look at 35 to 49 and 50. And look at the female bar, 13.4% and 6.1%. Why is that number so high for Snapchat? And this is advertising the audience, which means they're on. It's because these are the moms, the grandmas who want to talk to the 13 to 24-year-olds who are on it.
Yep.
That's why that number is such a big number. Snapchat.
Mark
go ahead.
Mark said we're still anxiously awaiting Tachi Talk.
Tachi Talk. All right, so this is the last one that I want to show you. Again, there's 168 slides. I had to go through and pull it. So this is sources of brand discovery, percentage of internet users age 16 plus who discover new brands, products, and services via each channel or medium. What is happening here? The one on top is word of mouth, not ads. Not ads.
Now, we just had that just happen right here on today's program with TJ.
Word of mouth. Yes, the shop.
Right, because I would not have even thought about shop unless she said it.
Right, and I didn't even think to bring it up as like you're a business owner. You might want to discover how to get connected with shop because there's more people on it. And I'm going to do some deep dive, and I want to see the numbers, like how many people are using it. And how many businesses are using it. So we might do that. That might be a future Tuesday discussion. But word of mouth. You saw it in action today. 38.3%, followed by TV ads, 37.9%, search engines, 34.2%, retail websites. That means you go to homedepot.com or whatever.nike.com. In-store promos, then social media ads is 28.6%, ads on websites, then brand websites, then TV shows and film. That means they put the item in the show. Product placement. Yes, product placement. Ads and mobile ads. Mobile apps, ads and mobile apps, consumer review sites, email or physical mail, social media comments, product samples or trials, ads in video games, including mobile games.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was an interesting thing to see about the word of mouth. So, because people think, and I've seen a lot of this, I've run ads. Because I go to Reddit. When I go to Reddit now, it pops up and it shows me in the app. It shows me the most popular discussions in small business, in marketing, in ads. I'm in all those little subreddits. And so one of them was like, oh, I spent all this money on ads. Why am I not getting sales? And there was a big discussion in there. And I was like, okay, that's valuable information. But I'm like, just running an ad doesn't guarantee you a sale. There's a lot of other things that go into it. But word of mouth, hello. That means I tell you about my experience with shop and you say, hey, I need to go and investigate that because I didn't know blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what's happening here. And here's the other side of that. How do you track it? There's no way to track this conversation that we had because Fran is going to go and use shop. And but
you want people talking about you in that way. So your customers are carrying your message.
Right. And see, now if Fran likes it, she's going to tell somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
How does shop track that? They really can't unless they send out a, hey, I seen you using shop, or you're a new user. How do you feel about it in a week or two? That's the only way. And then Fran would say, and they ask, how did you hear? Have you seen that? They said, how did you hear about us? Fran could say, well, I heard it from a friend.
Right. And that's the only way they're going to know about that particular word of mouth. Now, and
right.
Well, who, if they start getting inquisitive, well, who's your friend? Okay.
Yeah, no. they're not going to ask that, but usually the answers are ad, social media, online, email, direct mail. Yeah, they usually ask that. So there you go. That's a good example of you as a business owner sending out a survey, because you'll know when somebody you look at your weekly downloads or your weekly visits in your analytics for your website, and you say, oh, what's going on here? Did they sign up for my email list? And then you give them a couple days and send them an email, a welcome wagon. Welcome to the neighborhood. How did you hear about us?
Mm-hmm.
And they go, oh, if they got time, they answer it. Make it quick.
Do not put more than 5 little questions in there.
You want to know their life story. No, you just want to know, hi, welcome to the neighborhood. How did you hear about us? I say, fine, thank you. And thank you. And you could throw a little incentive. Thank you for answering the survey. Here's a 5%, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that was the survey. There's a lot more in there. There's the link. Definitely go over and watch it. You don't have to download or sign up for anything. It's right there embedded. It's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of that page. So take a look.
If you need more help or you just want to ask some questions, reach out to terryjohnsononline.com/info. She's got a lot more that she hasn't even divulged. And then if you want the global stats, we did that one the week before.
Yeah.
So
go back and watch
watch it. It's very interesting, especially if you need to know who's buying what from you and how they're purchasing.
Yeah. Now, last week's report was 640 something pages. If you want to have at it, go ahead.
Terry went in and did the deep dive for you.
Watch the replay. I pulled out as much as I could. So
right, so that you don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to do the deep dive. Just watch this. Right. Mark's. I'm keeping secrets. What secret? I'm not keeping any secrets. I don't gatekeep.
She gives them all up.
Ask me anything. That's what that link is. Down. Ask me anything.
Yes.
AMA.
Yes. So this is our marketing talks for this week. Come back next week because TJ definitely will be here. Follow her, Terry Johnson Online, everywhere, and get connected. Ask your questions, get your answers, and grow your business online. And I think the main thing that we learned these last 2 weeks, everybody's online.
Yes, that's really what I wanted to show you, that, we talk about this and that about social media and online and internet and smartphone saturation, but you want to see the numbers. And this is one survey. This is not everything. This is one company looking at it. There's many, many more. So I try to bring you the ones when I see them. So, and we have talked about this one before. I remember. I don't remember what year, but we talked about it before. So.
Yep. We also like to invite you to become a part of the Bizchicks community. You can text Biz to 33777, or you can simply go to bizchicks.net and get connected that way. We got a couple of downloads for you there when you connect over there and join our Substack. We do not spam. We're going to just bring you information that you can use to build a profitable business that's fun to run. And so with that in mind, we want to say thank you. Look for us on Friday for Tech Life Weekly. Tomorrow, Coach Karen is coming up. She'll be talking about profits in daily. Robin will be talking about happy, healthy habits. And again, on Friday, we talk tech. social media roundup, what's happened this for the week. TJ, is there anything else you would
Yeah,
like?
no. Can I mention one thing before we leave
Sure,
about
yeah,
the
yeah,
shop?
yeah.
I just remember Dryer Buzz is on there. Her shop is on there with the soaps and things.
And Dryer Buzz was on our program. She stopped in yesterday. So
Yeah. So she's on there.
yep. So
Just saying.
thank you so much. We're gonna let our AI host take us out. Thank you so
Brittany,
much. Yeah,
Brittany,
Brittany.
Tiffany,
Yeah,
Brittany.
Brittany, close it up for us. Enjoy your week,
Thanks,
everybody. Talk to you
everybody. Thanks for
Friday.
watching. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.